Karakis, a word older than any civilization that has existed in human history, it's about to change, once more. Like mountain, it will rise, like continent, it will move, and eventually, the tide will change. The will of fate is churning, the nobility are waning, the resources are draining, and the people are coming together. Which way will you spin the wheel, Lancer? Hello viewers and welcome to a brand new episode of Trashtalk on Lancer, Field Guide on the Karakan Trade Baronies Edition, where I talk stuff about mech. In this episode, Emperor, from Smith Shimano Core Pro, but first, the White Witch has some changes from the recent Field Guide to KTB update. First, the trait, Harden now gives 4+ grit worth of overshield instead, which can get up to 10, which is ridiculous because this means nothing can structure White Witch in one shot if it braces. Next, there's its systems, Sympathetic Shield now gives 4+ grit over shield, which mean it now works well on both Zero Hull Goblin and even the beefest build. Camus Razor is now actually not insane and kinda works like Stasis Bolt now in term of the charging mechanic. And that's it, now let's actually talk about the Emperor. The Emperor moth of the family Saturniidae are among the largest insect to be found in United Kingdom, which led to its rather fitting name. Other than that, there's nothing notable about the Emperor moth, except for the fact that as caterpillars, they can make silk cocoons to get through winter, sometimes for 2 full winters. Named after the moth, the Emperor frame settles on something much stronger than silk to shield itself and its allies, and let the world witness its power. Looking at its stat, you will quickly notice what the actual fuck, but don't worry, this is not a problem at all. This however, is, Jesus Christ, you do not want to get actual damage in this thing, this will make sense later. Other than that, the Emperor is fast, could hack very well very far with good save target to trip up enemies, and has an okay heat cap to deal with some heat, along with a good base system points. As for its traits, it has 3 of them. First, Storm Shield. Emperor's health does not increase with grit, it still does with hull. Instead, you get 6+ grit over shield, which also refreshes when you get hit really hard. Second, Imperial Vestment, is why the first trait exists. When Emperor gives overshield to anyone, it also gains the same amount, and when Emperor get overshield, it adds over its current overshield instead of replacing it like normal, but it still cannot get over the storm shield limit. And third, Sovereign Presence, when Emperor shoots at someone, it can tell them to get fucked, causing them to take slightly more damage with each hit they take until Emperor's next turn. Basically, Emperor is encouraged to throw overshield everywhere, because otherwise it's gonna die, but it also makes it a lot harder to be permanently damaged by the enemies, and at the same time, your allies will be harder to kill from all the overshield too. Even its third trait is just more support, but in a more offensive way. As for its weapon mount, it only has one, a main, but it also has an integrated weapon, the Marathon Arcbow, a ridiculous line 15 main launcher with AP, that also gives your allies overshield on hit, possibly up to 6 with 2 hits, but that would be a rather brief overshield. Combine this tool with its traits, and Emperor is really encouraged to line up targets and shoot this bow as often as possible for all the benefits it brings. As for its core power, Emperor can activate Darien Regalia for Xerxes Apex. Basically, for the rest of the scene, any mech attacked by the bow, which mean not allies because look at the wording, can release a lightning bolt to a nearby character, including the character it originates from. This lightning bolt can either deal a small amount of AP damage or increase the target's existing overshield by 2, and best of all, the same character can be struck by lightning multiple times. In short, just keep shooting everyone with the bow, you just get so much good stuff from it. As for the rest of its license, you get Dominion's Breadth and Bold Nexus in the first section. Dominion's Breath, Taser Enforced Social Distancing, is a system that lets you target someone within your sensor to give them one singular overshield. If this overshield is lost, all hostile in burst 2 get shocked and impaired, including the targeted character if they are hostile too. This is a very good overshield to be applied onto your striker allies or NPC that likes to stick to their allies. As soon as they take any hit, the enemies are going to feel even worse very quickly. Bold Nexus is a main nexus that at first glance looks terrible, but after hitting someone with it, it goes nuts and basically becomes a better cheaper smart gun, with reliable, so even if you miss it doesn't matter much. But you also need to hit the target at range 10 first, then you can just run off and keep shooting at them no matter where they hide afterward. It's a very interesting weapon for sure, good at focusing down a singular target. Aside from Emperor frame itself, you get the Imperial Eye and Shaneme, I'm probably spelling that wrong. The Imperial Eye, yes, the is part of the name, is a systems where you apply a disruptive charge to an ally within your sensor range that only lasts till your next turn. As soon as a hostile gets near towards said ally, they get zapped and sent fucking flying while shredded. However, hostiles that are already close to said ally won't get zapped, unless they get moved outside of the zone somehow, then they can get zapped. Very useful to any allies that don't like things getting too close. Shaneme, essentially Psychic Heat Shield, is a limited system where you gives 4+ grit over shield to an ally within your sensor range, an enormous amount to anyone, and while they have this over shield, they gain resistance to heat, and when they lose this over shield, they also clear all heat. Like, wow, this systems is very good, obviously it's limited, so you can't just throw this on everyone, but with this, you can protect anyone from damage and heat at the same time. In the final section, you get Aya of the Syzygy and the Walk of Kings. Aya of the Syzygy, Death by 1,000 Lightning Bolts, is a systems where you make a blast 2 energy field within your sensor range. The first time a hostile take a hit from ranged or melee attack in it each turn, all hostile character within the zone immediately gets zapped for 2 AP damage. The field also lasts for the rest of the scene until you make a new one, so immobilizing hostile within it are going to be very hilarious. But remember, this is first time each turn for once per turn, you can't just shoot everyone in the zone to get them zapped repeatedly, but it also said each turn, not round, turn, so maybe you could figure out something very funny with Gorgon or something. The Walk of Kings, yes, the is part of the name, again, is another limited system where you gives 4+ grit over shield to an ally within your sensor range, again, and this time, all of their melee attacks gain AP, and the first time each turn, again, turn, not round, remember this, they hit someone with a melee attack or take damage from hostile, they release a burst 1 energy field and hurt all the hostiles within it. So, put this on an ally that loves hugging very much, have them do striker stuff and hug as many hostiles as possible, and that's going to hurt a lot. Even if they try to hit your ally, it will just hurt them back. And that's all on Emperor, a fragile frame that's actually near invincible as long as it can provides overshield to everyone it could see with its bow. Its license is of course, full of systems that plays around with overshield, or specifically tuned to damage only hostile repeatedly, so friendly fire is practically non-existent with this frame. If you like to support your allies by shooting at them and hurting enemies badly by also shooting at them, the Emperor might just fit your criterias. Anyway, that's all for now, and I will see you all next time. Hello there, if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and click that notification bell button. If you really want to support my channel, you could visit my Patreon page, or buy me some coffee, links in the description. Anyway, have a nice day.